"Please buy our puppy," the little girl whispered. She didn't know he was the CEO who'd fired her mom. The rain was relentless that evening. The kind of rain that seeps into your bones, no matter how tightly you hold your umbrella. The streets were nearly empty, except for one tiny figure standing at the corner of the grocery store. A little girl, no more than 7, soaked from head to toe, cradled a tiny brown puppy in her arms. Her eyes, large, round, filled with a kind of innocence life hadn't yet broken, scanned every passerby with silent hope. "Please buy our puppy," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of rain. "Please." Most people didn't even slow down. A few glanced, then kept walking. One man frowned and shook his head as if annoyed. That's when a tall man in a black coat, business suit underneath, and a leather briefcase in hand, stopped in front of her. He looked powerful. Confident. Cold. The kind of man who didn't break for small talk. But something about the little girl made him pause. She looked up. Her lips trembled, her hair plastered to her cheeks, her thin pink jacket no match for the storm. "Please," she said again, holding out the puppy. "He's really good. We need money for Mommy's medicine." And something inside him cracked. His name was Michael Grant. CEO of a large retail company. Ruthless. Efficient. Known for massive layoffs to cut costs and boost shareholder profits. 3 weeks ago, he'd approved another round of terminations. Over 100 employees. Necessary, he told himself. Business. But he hadn't thought about the people behind those names. The mothers. The fathers. The children. Until now. "Where's your mother?" he asked gently, kneeling to meet her at eye level. "She's at home, she has fever, and her chest hurts real bad. We don't have money to go to the doctor anymore. So I thought, maybe if I sell Max," her tiny hand stroked the puppy's wet head. "Maybe someone will buy him and we can get her medicine. I don't want her to sleep all day anymore." Michael felt a strange tightness in his throat. He looked at the little girl and saw someone he hadn't seen in years, his own daughter, years before their divorce. The same eyes. The same desperate innocence. "What's your name?" he asked. "Ellie." "Ellie, what's your last name?" She hesitated. "Reynolds." The name hit him like a hammer. Samantha Reynolds. One of the names on that termination list. A single mother who had worked in accounting. There had been an email from HR, personal hardship request denied. Cost-cutting non-negotiable. He swallowed hard. "Your mother, she used to work at Belden Industries." Ellie nodded. "They said they didn't need her anymore. But she worked really hard. Every night. Even when she was tired." Michael closed his eyes for a moment. The guilt stabbed deep and sharp. She didn't know who he was. That he was the reason her mother was now homesick, unable to pay for medicine. That he had indirectly forced this child into the cold rain trying to sell the only friend she had left. "Come with me," he said gently, standing and offering her his hand. "Let's go see your mom." Samantha was lying on a worn couch in a dimly lit apartment when the door opened. She jolted upright when she saw Ellie walk in, soaking wet, with a tall man behind her. "Ellie," she gasped, sitting up with effort. "Where were you?" "Who is?" "Mommy, this is Mr. Michael. He's gonna help us." Michael stepped forward, removing his coat. "Ms. Reynolds. I owe you an apology. A very big one." Samantha stared, stunned. Her face paled. "You're the CEO. From Belden." He nodded slowly. "Yes. And I just learned a lesson I should have known long ago, that every number on a spreadsheet has a face. A name. A life. I'm sorry, Samantha. I truly am." She didn't say anything at first. Just looked at her daughter, then the puppy still clutched in her arms. Her lips trembled. I didn't know what else to do. Michael sat across from her. I want to help. First, we're getting you to a hospital. I've already called a doctor. Then, I'd like to talk to you about returning to Belden, with a promotion. And not because I feel guilty, though I do, but because we need people like you. Tears welled in Samantha's eyes. Why? He looked at Ellie. Because your daughter reminded me what real courage looks like. 2 months later. The sun was shining brightly through the windows of Belden's downtown office. A newly renovated childcare room had just opened, and a small brown puppy named Max was happily playing among the kids. In the executive lounge upstairs, Michael was being interviewed by a national network. What changed your leadership approach so suddenly? The journalist asked. Michael smiled, eyes softening. A little girl, standing in the rain, offering to sell her best friend to save her mother's life. That moment changed everything. Will we see her someday? Michael chuckled. You just might. She already says she wants to be CEO. I told her I'll keep the seat warm for her.